can have it all. I can have it all.
Hi, I'm Christy Whitman with the Quantum Success Show, where you can get your information and inspiration to create your desires. And in this episode, we're going to discuss tuning into your it and your all. You know, the relationships, experience, objects, and circumstances that you have identified as being part of your it and your all don't need to be created. They already exist right now, in this moment, as unmanifested possibilities that can be pulled into tangible existence at any time. Your it and your all lives at a particular vibrational frequency, and in every and each moment, the vibrations you're offering is either resonating with you or at a dissonance with that frequency. Think of it this way. If you wanted to listen to a coffee house rock on the radio and knew that that type of music was broadcasted at the frequency set to 101.5 FM, you would turn your radio dial so that your receiver was set to pick up that frequency, right? Well, in the world of manifestation, you are a living, breathing, thinking, sensing, acting, feeling radio receiver. And whatever frequency you're dialed into is the frequency you receive. If your it and your all is vibrating on 101.5 FM, but the receiver that is you is not lined up with that signal, there will be a big disconnect between what you're wanting and what you're getting. If your resistance is only minimal, you might still be able to hear the music, but the full clarity and richness of it would be a little distorted, kind of like that fuzz by the static. If your resistance is so great that you're actually tuned into a different channel entirely, maybe you flipped onto the insecurity channel, or when you wanted to feel what was love, then instead of the coffee house rock that you've asked for, your receiver might be picking up sports radio or acid jazz. Fortunately, there are only 2 steps to tuning out the frequency of what you don't want and tuning back into the frequency of what you do. The first step is to accept the fact that your receiver is currently resisting or disallowing the vibration that you want to experience in relationship to the subject that you're focused upon. And here's an important thing to understand too, that acceptance is not the same thing as approval. We can accept something as being the way that it is without necessarily agreeing with it. So for example, my sister had committed suicide. I will never, ever, ever, ever approve of the choice that my sister made when she decided to end her own life. But after years of deep healing, I now accept it. I also don't approve when people become hyper-focused on negativity and see only when they're lacking in their lives. But I no longer feel a need to change them. I simply accept that this is their perception at this moment in their lives, and their perception does not influence my own. Acceptance creates a feeling of freedom. So the second step to begin to shift your vibration, either in tiny increments or in quantum leaps, and both are possible, is this process I call resetting your allowing meter. Learning how to shift your internal vibration from less resistance to greater allowing is the key to not only manifesting your future desires, but also to gaining more ease, contentment, neutrality, and peace in the present moment. We all have the capacity to become masterful at resetting our allowing meter. After all, we did it effortlessly as a child. But first, we have to learn how to read it. So reading your allowing meter is just like reading a thermostat that regulates the temperature in our homes, the collective vibration that we generate throughout our thoughts, our beliefs, our emotions, our words, our actions. They all create a specific range of how much of the things we desire that we're letting in or resisting. So the vibration that we emit in each moment affects every aspect of our experience. What we notice, what we fail to notice, what we think and feel, and ultimately what we attract. The means for attracting something that we dearly want could be staring us square in the face. But if our vibration is not dialed into that frequency, it won't even land on our radar. Your allowing meter is a lot like the inner mechanism that operates thermostat. You set the temperature to whatever is comfortable to you. So let's say that 75 degrees is comfortable to you. If the room gets too cold, the heating system gets triggered and it warms it back up. If it gets too hot, the heat shuts off and the conditioner kicks on. The thermostat is simply responding to whatever set point you've predetermined, keeping you within just a few degrees of what you've decided, haphazardly or on purpose, that's comfortable for you. We all have physical set points. For example, our bodies are designed to keep our temperature right around 98.6 degrees. And I'm willing to bet that you're pretty clear about the set point needed to maintain your weight. For the most part, our physical set points are automatic. We don't have to will our body into sweating if we're becoming too hot or shiver when we become too cold. The body's mechanism for keeping us in balance or in a state of homeostasis are natural, effortless, and entirely automatic. It's brilliant. Even more brilliant is that unlike our physical set points, our energetic set points are entirely under our control. And the more sensitive we become to reading them, the more fluid we can shift them in order to bring about our desires and the desired results in each changing situation. Our vibrational set point has an even greater influence on our overall well-being than our physical set points, because this is what defines the range of energies that we are able to register and respond to. Although you may not be consciously aware of it, you have distinct set points which determine just how much vitality, pleasure, ease, happiness, freedom, and abundance that you're comfortable allowing into your life. In fact, you have a different vibrational set point for each different area. Your finances, your career, your relationships, your physical vitality, you name it. Venture too off in any one direction from the set point on your allowing meter, and you will without a doubt experience some form of resistance or discomfort that lets you know that something is off. Your allowing meter acts like an invisible rubber band around your waist. You can stretch it only out so far in the direction of what you desire before it snaps you back into the same place that you're accustomed to being. So let's look at an example of everyday life and how this works. Let's say that in a relationship to financial abundance, you have a set point of earning somewhere around $5,000 per month. This is your comfort zone, or in energetic terms, your vibrational set point of attraction regarding money. As long as you stay within a few $100s of this amount, you feel comfortable. If 1 month, however, you bring in significantly less than $5,000, you would of course feel some discomfort in the form of lower emotions like stress, anxiety, frustration, despair, fear, etc. Fueling this discomfort is resistance. You are energetically tuned in to the set point of $5,000 per month. And when you manifest something different from this, resistant thoughts and feelings arise to let you know. Again, you may have been conditioned to think uncomfortable emotions such as negative, but they are in fact providing you with valuable information. They arise to let you know that in relationship to your set point regarding abundance, you are out of alignment with you. So the same principle holds true for your weight, your self-image, the degree of ease or tension you experience in your relationships, and every other part of your life in which you have certain expectations about the things that you desire things to be. Even preferences as superficial as the cleanliness of your kitchen or how frequently you wash and wax your car all provide information about your current set point. So when your internal set point is met and matched, you feel comfortable. When there's lack of alignment, you feel some degree of resistance. So far so good, right? But this is where it gets even better. While most of us have experienced the resistant thoughts and feelings that arise from not having enough money at the end of the month, to continue with the earlier example, what may be far less obvious is that our vibrational set point also kicks in when we manifest more than we're comfortable receiving. If your allowing meter is set to $5,000 per month and you come on unexpected windfall, chances are that you'll find a way to quickly relieve yourself of that extra cash. This phenomenon explains why most lottery winners soon find themselves in worse financial shape than they were before they won. Sure, they won the money, But because they didn't change their internal set point in relationship to their finances, they quickly return to the level of abundance that's comfortable for them. Our vibrational set points in relation to every aspect of our lives that defines our it and our all, it kicks in just as fiercely and sometimes even more slow when what we receive exceeds the amount that we have defined within the parameters of our own allowing meter. This, by the way, is the hidden mechanism that drives all acts of self-sabotage. And we're going to be discussing self-sabotage in the next Quantum Success Show. So, please leave me a comment. Let me know how this information has impacted you. Let's continue the conversation. And as always, if you haven't already done so, please go to ChristyWhitman.com and join the family. If you like this video and you want to discuss it and share it with your friends and family so they too can understand about their allowing meter, please share it. Just remember, the universe is friendly and is always working for you. It's always supporting you in what you're asking for. And you ask by the energy and vibration that you send out. Thanks so much and have a great week.